Hi guys, so what we're going to do today is we're going to review for our test that we're having on Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, we're reviewing in class and we're going to review tonight. Youth.
Get out of here.
Okay, name and class period please so that you guys can get the credit. Remember, this is 30 points on your test. You may use your you may use your review on your test, okay? Which is good. Let's turn to the back. And I want us to start with the very bottom. It says simplify the rational expression and state any restriction on the variable. Okay, when you have three terms, what do? How can you simplify that rational? Yes, thank you very much. You're going to do a CB table. So if I do a CB table, what is C equal to? Good. C is equal to -12 and B is equal to, not 0, but remember this is ax squared bx plus c. Yeah, so B is equal to -4. Okay. So remember, it's the last problem. I'm on the back part of the page that we started with, okay? What numbers can I multiply together to get 12? Yeah, 6 times 2. If I add 6 and 2, do I get 4? No, but what if I make one of them negative?
-6. Add 2, and then it will be -4.
Good. -6 plus 2 is equal to -4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this trinomial into a binomial. Okay, remember, we'll separate the x's, and then inside the parentheses, you're going to put your factors, x minus 6 and x plus 2. On the bottom, we're going to keep our denominator the same. Does it become easy to see what we can cancel out from the top and the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to eliminate x minus 6, and the only thing we're left with is x plus 2. That's your answer. Questions? So let's do that really quickly. Since number 3 has 3 terms, let's go ahead and build our CB table. What is the value of C? Good. And B? Good. So now within your team, decide what numbers can I multiply together to get -4 that add up to -3. Okay, so 1 times -4 gives you -4. If I add 1 minus 4, you get -3. So there we go. So you're going to set up your x's. Bless you. You separate your x's, and what do we put inside the parentheses? +1 and -4. Perfect. Okay, the bottom one, this one's a little bit tricky because you haven't seen one that looks like this, okay? This is actually x squared plus 0x minus 16. Okay, there's no b in the middle, right? So what is my c value? Yeah, -16, and my b? It would be 0. Okay, so what two numbers can I multiply together to get 16 that add up to 0?
Make 16 times 0.
Not, there you go. 4 times a -4. 4 times a -4 gives you -16. If I add those together, that adds up to 0. Okay, so your factors, again, you do your parentheses, you separate your x's. Good. You're going to put x plus 4 and x minus 4. Now, is it easy to see what you can cancel?
Yes, ma'am.
What can I cancel from the top and the bottom? X minus 4 only. So now your final answer is x plus 1 over x plus 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Those of you watching at home and those of you here in the classroom are going to do number 2 and number 4. All I'm going to give you is the answer. Equal to -15, b is equal to 2. What numbers can you multiply together to get -15? 5 times 3, one of them has to be negative, so I'm going to make the -3 negative so that can add up to 2. Your factors are x plus 5 and x minus 3 over x plus 5. What can you cancel? X plus 5, so your final answer is x minus 3. Okay, raise your hand if you got that correct. Good, yay, that makes me very happy. Okay, let's look at number 4. The factors of C that add up to B. Yeah, 5 times 1, right? 5 times 1 is 5. When you add them together, you get 6. So you have x plus 5 times x minus 1. And that's your final answer, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to something else. You did good on this part. This is going to build on what else you need to know for the next part, okay? All right, let's go to the front page. It says, find the product and simplify if possible. Okay, what does product mean, class? What does product mean? Okay, good. So product means multiplication. Okay, so we are going to practice simplifying, which is what we just did right now, okay, on the previous station. We're going to simplify in order for us to multiply straight across. What is the common factor between 5 and 15? 5, good. So I'm going to put a 5 on the outside, and it leaves me with a plus 3. You can see it two ways. 5 times 8 gives me 5a, and 5 times 3 gives me 15. Or you can think about it in division. Okay, 5a divided by 5 is 1a. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Sort of? It went over your head? Okay. What do I have in common between the 4 and the 8? 4, good. And you're left with a plus 2. Okay, very good. So 4 times 8 gives you 4a. 4 times 2 gives you 8. So I'm just rewriting each of my fractions so that I can eliminate common factors. Yes, that's what I'm doing, simplifying, exactly, very good. So what do we see in common between 2 and 4? 2, good. What are you left with? A plus, not 4, but 2. There you go. And look, they're right there, so you can cancel them out, okay? That's what you're trying to do. Yes, yay, ding, 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 ding. Okay? And if you notice what's in common, a plus 2, a plus 3, and now you're just left with multiplication, which you multiply straight across. 5 times 2 is 10, 4 times 3 is 12. Can I reduce the fraction? Yes. So it's equal to 10 divided by 2 is 5 over 6. That's your final answer. Okay, we simplified, we multiplied. Now we have to state the restriction. Restriction means anything that would make the denominator be equal to 0. So I want you to write this down. Restriction. Denominator cannot be equal to 0. So for example, on the bottom, what would make the denominator equal to 0? If a was equal to what? If I have a plus 2, what would make this whole fraction be equal to 0? If a was equal to what number? A negative 2. Okay. If I look at the next fraction, a cannot be equal to, what would make this equal to 0? If I add 3 to what number? Yes, exactly. Very good. Okay. So the restriction is that a cannot be equal to negative 2 and a cannot be equal to a negative 3. Yes, very good, Ademi. So you're going to switch the sign of the factors. Okay, and that's a new concept. That's something that I didn't really talk about with you guys. I'm gonna skip this one so you guys can do it. Let's go to the next one. All of these should be B's, by the way. I accidentally put X and should have been B. Okay, so for B, there's nothing I can take out or factor out of both of these. What can I factor out of 8 and 8? 8, good. So I'm going to put an 8 on the outside. What am I left with? B plus 1. There you go. Because 8 times B gives you 8B, and 8 times 1 gives you 8. Times 8B cubed. Okay, so now I have a trinomial, and I need to make it into a binomial, which is what we learned about in the last station. Okay, so back to, what do we do when we have 3 terms? The CB table, good. So, I don't know if I have any room here. What is C equal to? 7, good. And B? 8. Okay, so what numbers can I multiply together to get 7? 7 times 1, and if I add them together, what do you get? Is 8. So there are my factors, a positive 7 and a positive 1. Yeah? Okay, you're going to separate the x's. Is there anything that I can, I should have put b, sorry. Is there anything that I can cancel from the numerator or the denominator? B plus 1, and what else? 1b, good. So then this is left with a 2. And this should multiply straight across, okay? 4 times b plus 7 over 8 times 8 b squared. Can I reduce anything else? Can 4 go into 8 or 8 go into 4? Yeah, so I'm going to reduce this. So I'm left with b plus 7 over 2 times 8 b squared. And that's as low as we can go. Okay, what would you guys say is the restriction? B cannot be equal to what number? What's inside our parentheses and in the denominator? Yeah, b cannot be equal to -1. Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and try. Should we move on to another station or should we try these two? All right, so if we look at this next one, we have x plus 3. It's very light, so let me darken it. X plus 3 over, what do we have in common between the 10 and the 20? 10, yeah, very good. So if you factor out a 10, what are you left with? 1x, good, plus 2, very good. Okay, so you think about it, 10 times x gives you 10x, and 10 times 2 gives you 20. Times, ding, 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 x plus 2, if you notice, there's something in the numerator and the denominator, that's the same, okay? And if you want to predict something, it's probably going to be, include the factors, is going to include a 3, x plus 3. Okay, I have 3 terms, so we're going to do our CB table. What is C equal to? 3, good. What is B equal to? Positive 4. Okay, what numbers can I multiply together to get 3? 3 times 1, and they add up to 4. Yay! Okay, so now we have x plus 3. We separate our x's, and we're just going to put in our factors, plus 3 and plus 4. What can, oh, plus 1, thank you. What can we eliminate? X plus 3, x plus 2, good. So you're just left with 10, parentheses, x plus 1 in the denominator, and what do we have in the numerator? Everything canceled, right? So it becomes just 1. Okay, guys, the next video will show you